into behavioral health. And it was from a patient, really. I came into behavioral health not totally understanding or being familiar with it. So a patient once told me, we were just processing, talking, and he said, my family is labeling me as a drug addict, and they're blaming everything on drugs. And throughout talking, he's explaining, like, I didn't know how else to cope. I didn't have any other coping skills, so I turned to drugs. And I think it was really impactful to me because the stigma is always like, oh, well, they're having mental health issues because they're drug users. Instead of looking at it in the frame of mind that, they turned to drugs because of mental health issues before that ever occurred. So it really put into perspective for me on my view of our patients or people needing help. So it kind of led me to lead in a sense of understanding and compassion, really. So my leadership style is if we show that compassion and understanding to all our patients, then we'll make the right decisions and do the right things. Again, I'll lead towards compassion, really. Compassion and understanding. To me, it kind of always flows into that. And if you know why you're here, the people that you're serving, you have a lot of purpose in that. So how I cultivate that in me is basically just taking a step back and talking to our patients, listening to them, listening to their stories and their struggles and how we've helped or how we can continue to help them. And it really brings that back into light for me. You can get caught up in the day-to-day and everything like that, but it's a very personal and human aspect of it that really brings me back and keeps me into focus. Yeah, it definitely can be challenging, but what I really like to do is take a break and get on the units and talk to our patients. Seeing them smile, seeing them say thank you, or seeing where they came in at and where they are now, it really motivates me and gives me such purpose and happiness. I've always loved just the interaction with our patients, and that's what drives me. So if I'm ever in a place where I feel like I'm struggling or anything, I can always just take a walk on the units, have conversations with patients, and just be reinvigorated, and that purpose gets reignited. So I'm very grateful for this job because it's a job that continually gives you that satisfaction that you're helping people.
And actually, I can agree with that. Yeah, you go out there and you almost like you're seeing the fruits of your labor.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
So
and you see a kid come in.
yeah, it's really easy because whenever, okay, I'm going to take 30 minutes or an hour and I'm going to round on the units, and I'm going to talk to patients, see where they're at, get their opinions, get their, what's went good, what's went bad, how can we help you further, how can we improve? Because it's always about constantly improving. So,
Of course.
so that can be hard. You're always looking to improve. So sometimes you just have to take a look back and look at what you've accomplished,
Right.
and kind of celebrate that a little bit, being very process driven and continually improving our quality of care and safety. You're always looking ahead. So sometimes you just got to take those brief moments and reflect,
Yeah.
and
I appreciate it.
see those fruits of your labor. So,
Yeah.
so that's really a less challenging thing for me because I can always go and reach out to our patients and have conversations, and that just brings me joy.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so it's a funny story. Like when I fell into behavioral health, it's because I moved states and I had a friend that worked in behavioral health, and I'd never in my life even really thought about it. So I don't have my own struggles with my family that went through mental health. A lot of people get that passion from there,
Yes.
and desire to help. But I kind of stumbled into it, and I came from a job where it was very monotonous. It was more, you come in, you know what you're going to do, you know what to expect. And after the first week, it's something I fell in love with. So for over 12 years now, that's just been, I can't imagine doing another job because you can't take away the human aspect of it. And it's constantly changing. Everyone has their own story. So you just have an endless amount of stories and connections you can make with your patients. So that's really what drives me is making those connections, seeing them when they come in, watching them when they leave, and with a brighter affect, continuing their treatment, motivated, and have a positive outlook on life when maybe they came in, they're at one of the lowest points in their life. So seeing that transition and letting them know that they matter and their lives matter is very moving to me.
Cool. Chasen, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I tried. I'm not the best public speaker or camera. Never.